Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another Dream Team deadline stream. Currently on my own, but I am going to be joined by Tony from the Dream Team Tonic podcast. Let us know in the chat if it's coming through okay, that you can hear us and all that sort of stuff. We'll kick off with these questions first. So, Mr. Khan, first, who is a must? Oh, tough one to start off with. So, I think if you haven't got Salah in your team, you could be quite worried after this week. Really performed in midweek. I got him in early. Was a little bit worried that I'd gone too early, but he did do all right in that second fixture against Sparta Prague. So I think I'd probably still be trying to get Salah in if I didn't already have him. And then I think Haaland's probably the best captain this week, but I imagine everyone's already got Haaland. Son, he's thinking Son and Palmer in. I really want Son, but I think I'm going to have to miss out on him because I've got so many blanks in my team. I wanted to bring Son in for Watkins if he was injured. But it looks like maybe Watkins might end up being okay. So I think it makes sense for my team to replace one of the definite blankers. But I do think Son is a really, really good pick for this week. And Palmer as well, actually. He is in my plans or up for consideration. I'm deciding between Bowen, Kudus and Palmer at the minute, but we'll decide that one live on stream. Good morning, everyone that's watching. Please do leave a like if you haven't already and subscribe to the channel. Like I said, Tony will be joining us fairly soon. His computer's just doing an update, typically. Always the way with these sort of things. Good morning, Kai. Good morning, Philip. Will Palmer play? Will Salah play? Will Ollie Watkins play? I was having a look back at Cole Palmer, and he did miss or come off the bench in the last FA Cup match, but they just played like 120 minutes, I think it was, in that Carabao Cup final. He just played 120 minutes in the Carabao Cup final the game before, and then he played, 16 minutes against Leeds in the FA Cup. Every other FA Cup match, it looks like Cole Palmer played. He played 81 minutes in the Aston Villa-Chelsea game. In the Chelsea-Aston Villa other leg, he played 90 minutes. Was playing full games in the Carabao Cup as well. So I think that Cole Palmer will definitely play. 76 minutes against Preston as well. So I think Cole Palmer's good for the FA Cup. I just think maybe that was a case of too many minutes in the FA Cup to start off with. So I think Palmer plays. Salah, little bit unsure on his minutes, but he did look really good in that Sparta Prague game. I thought he would have played Man City and then rested for that Sparta Prague game. But yeah, got about, 70 odd minutes, I think it was, in that Sparta Prague game. I'll just double check that. Oh no, full 90 played, 19.61. So yeah, I'd be a little bit worried about Salah's minutes, but I think I'd still like to get him in. And then Watkins, I'd probably say it's 50-50. I've got no idea. On the night that he got injured, I was quite worried about it. I thought that he would definitely be out, but then the next day, everything seems a little bit more positive. So I saw a picture of the cut. There's probably a picture of the cut somewhere on Twitter if you search for Ollie Watkins. And I didn't think it looked too bad, but it's not always that easy to see, is it? Kai Morgan. Issues are KDB, Saka, Watkins. I will roll Gabriel, so hold on to Gabriel. KDB and Saka to Palmer and Son. And 12th man Salah next week to get Saka back in also. Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, Ollie Watkins might be okay. So it could be okay to hold him. KDB and Saka to Palmer and Son. I don't want to move Saka out of my team, but if you've got a plan to get him back in next week, doesn't seem so bad. Just double checking in the chat to make sure you can all hear us all right. Seems weird doing it and not hearing anything back. Been used to doing this with Ben and Tony. Right, next up, we've got Philip. Best formula for Park the Bus. Is it 5 players from one team or 5 players from different teams to hedge your bets for clean sheets? He's targeting game week 29, Park the Bus, Virgil van Dijk, Gusto, Porro, Robertson, Bradley. I think Park the Bus is a good option for game week 29. It's a shame Ben's not here yet, but he might be joining us a bit later as well. He's considering Park the Bus. I'm quite liking a combo of Liverpool, Arsenal, and then, like you say, Gusto or Porro. I'm not sure which one yet. I'd definitely get Virgil van Dijk in for it. Robertson, Bradley. I think it's going to be hard to decide which one. If Trent does come back, he might take minutes off Bradley potentially. I think it'll be hard to choose which one will definitely play twice. I would still get Gabriel in. I know Arsenal got Manchester City, so it's going to be a little bit tougher. But then there's the Luton game at home after that. So I still think getting one Arsenal would still be okay. I think that Man City game will be quite tight. Gusto or Porro, though, flip a coin. I like both of those. I'd probably just edge it to Porro, but it's really tight. Most likely to play out of KDB and Watkins. I think it's going to be Ollie Watkins. I'm thinking of taking KDB out of my team this week. I think there was a quote, actually. I retweeted it, so let me just bring that up quickly. De Bruyne is not ready. This is from Pep. So De Bruyne is not ready for tomorrow. He played at Anfield with some problems. He's getting better, just not ready for tomorrow. So I think Watkins more likely to play than KDB. And Tony's here, so I'm just going to bring Tony in.
Good
Hello,
morning.
All updated?
Oh, a nightmare. Yeah, it's all updated now. Not that it make any difference. Bloody hell, look at the sunshine.
Do you know what? I had it here as well. I had the sun in here, and I couldn't see everyone's comments on the screen, so I had to rearrange my setup.
Yeah, might have to try and block that up with something. But yeah, good to be here.
Yeah, you all set for your team?
Oh, I don't know. I think I might be going against Haaland captaincy this week, so sweating a little bit.
Brave. Just let everyone know how you're doing this week, because you're flying at the minute, aren't you?
Yeah, I think before the Liverpool game, I were up to like 68th, I think, and then Salah I was down to 76. So nice rank at the minute.
12th man, kudos, lovely.
Yeah, it paid off lovely. Well happy with that. He's never let me down this season, putting him in. So
yeah, no, he's been a good one for you, hasn't
he? Yeah, I think he'll be coming back in. Not this week, but I'll be bringing him in to my actual side. Probably next couple of weeks, I reckon.
Good stuff. What do you reckon on this one from Sam? So he's saying who's more likely to play out of KDB and Watkins? I'm pretty sure. I think it's Watkins.
Yeah, KDB's definitely not going to play. They can't withdraw him from an international squad and put him on the pitch. There's absolutely no chance. So he's definitely not playing. Watkins, I already got took off with a hard on.
Oh, you seen that?
So as soon as his erections died down, he should be all right.
I'm guessing he meant it was a hard one, or the tackle. Or the cut,
I think he's. Yeah, I think he meant he's took a hard one on his knee. He's like, then I was hearing it with Gash. I seen a bit of a picture that were a little bit looked like it were a bit more, but from a few whispers I've heard, I'm sure he's going to be touch and go, but he's got a lot more possibility of playing than KDB. So
yeah,
for me, if that's the decision you're making, I'd take KDB out and leave Watkins. Last thing you want is to take Watkins out and he starts.
Yeah. The thing that was bugging me a little bit was because I had sort of convinced myself on my latest episode that I wanted to do Watkins to Son if Watkins was out.
Yeah.
But now Watkins is kind of back. I've got that thing in my head where I'm like, if Son does it now. But when I've got other players that are blanking, and you can't take someone out that could have a game, I think.
No, that's it. Exactly the same. I was thinking because the Watkins, obviously KDB definitely out.
Yeah.
And then Watkins maybe playing. Change my plans a little bit because leaving Watkins in means I can't have Salah and Son. So it's like a straight choice for me between Salah and Son, which I never wanted to make. But I've just played long term. I think at the minute I've put Salah in, thinking more long term.
I think we'll get better in this week.
Yeah, I'd like to have Son for the double next week. It's not so much this Fulham game. The notoriously low scoring games against Fulham.
Got everyone fit.
There's been many goals over the years. Yeah, and as we know with Fulham, they're a decent side sometimes. They could really turn up to some of the bigger games. So, yeah, I've gone for Salah over Son. And at this
Captaincy?
moment, I've brought in... No, I've brought in Palmer. And I've got my captaincy sat on Palmer at the minute.
You'll help
Which
me
I
out
know
with
it's tricky because looking at Haaland and what the damage he can do, but Haaland, if he doesn't score, he doesn't score points.
Yeah.
Whereas Palmer could probably score between 8 and 12 points without scoring a goal. I think that's the difference for me. If you can get 3 or 5 bonus points, a few tackles, a couple of shots on target, maybe an assist, he's scoring well for you. So, although I'm playing it risky going against Haaland, I think I have to change it up a little bit if I want to climb another 10, 15, 20 places.
Yeah. Right, who we got next? Jake Jones. He's responding to Sam, but Watkins is more likely to play. Pep said KDB isn't ready for the Newcastle game, so won't play. Watkins has got a cut on his knee. Just don't know if he needs stitches or not. Oh, I should have read that first. You answered it for me. Perfect. Yeah, that's spot on. Killian, he went Gross to Son, Saliba to Porro, and got one more sub. He's got Ederson and De Bruyne, but not sure on the De Bruyne injury. Ederson out for Kelleher.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
I don't reckon maybe go for a more high upside than the keeper.
Well, I mean, Saliba to Porro. I'd probably leave Saliba if it were me. I'd probably change Ederson and De Bruyne. Because we don't... The trouble is, we don't know whether the De Bruyne is just a keep him fit injury. Obviously, the Arsenal game coming up, you probably don't want De Bruyne going off to international duty, and I think there's a lot of that in that.
Yeah.
But I'm purposely leaving Gabriel in because I did fancy Porro a little bit, but I'd rather make attacking moves. Porro, Saliba to Porro, or do you bring in a Salah? I think you've got to look at the upside of the attacking players, I think.
It's similar to my scenario. I've got Gabriel in my team. I've got Ederson in my team. I'm going to leave them two because I think there's a chance Ederson maybe makes a miraculous recovery after the internationals. I think I'm going to want the Arsenal defender for that City-Luton double game week. I know City's not great, but Luton's okay. But then I think if I take De Bruyne out, I could get a Palmer, a Bowen, a Kudus, and they could hit double figures, whereas I don't think Kelleher will hit double figures, or it's maybe a little bit unlikely. I hope that helps. Captain choices. I'll put the poll up. So how we're doing on the poll at the minute. Looks like Haaland's getting 61% of the votes. I put Salah into the captaincy poll. He's on 19%, and Son is on 18%. Bowen just a 2. I didn't put Palmer. It doesn't give me enough options. It only lets me choose 4.
That's fine.
I thought they might be more highly owned. Any others though? So you're thinking Palmer. I think I'm going to go Haaland. I don't fancy going against it this week.
Palmer's against it. I know Leicester are a good Championship side. They've been struggling recently though.
Yeah.
The way they play really favours any team that have got a bit of pace up top and press quite well from the front. Could have a field day against Leicester. I'm sure Ben would probably agree. The way they play out from the keeper. And obviously Palmer, penalties, it's good for tackles, good for bonus points. Yeah. I'm going to go different this week, whatever it is. Hopefully my arse don't fall out and I don't go back to Haaland before the deadline.
Yeah, my thinking with Haaland is just that Newcastle's defence away from home has been really, really poor. I think they were down in bottom 3 for defence away from home.
Yeah.
For goals conceded, at least. Third worst defence away from home. So I just thought I don't want to go against it for this week. Nathan, Gabriel to Gusto, Gross to Salah, and Holding Saka, Watkins, and De Bruyne. I think Haaland is the obvious captain with how bad Newcastle are at the back. And he's a Newcastle fan who's travelling down today.
Oh God!
So yeah, he's along the same lines as me for that Newcastle defence. Well, at least if you captain Haaland, at least you'll be happy either way in that game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Nathan, you don't have Palmer, so rather than Gabriel to Gusto, why not do De Bruyne to Palmer? Go for those attacking returns. I mean, Gusto could return pretty well. He is attacking himself anyway.
That's a good point.
Will they keep a clean one against Leicester? They're not the worst going forward. They're decent. Do you know what I mean? They're top at Championship for a reason. They'll probably score a little bit more attacking if you don't have Palmer. Good luck today, travelling down to City.
Be a good game though. Richard Cottier got to put Son and Palmer in, out Watkins and KDB. Spurs fixtures look good, and Chelsea does too. Leave Saka and Saliba in. Yeah, I think that looks good. The only thing I was kind of thinking with my thoughts on if I was going to bring in like a Son or a Palmer or a Maddison, I kind of didn't want to have two non-European players coming in because what we game week 28, Europe's back in 30, isn't it? So
yeah,
you may find that you got two transfers out there by game week 30, but could work out. They're both decent players, and I guess I'll go to Mr. H next. Got to be Salah to come out on top. I guess that's on the captaincy poll, but it doesn't look like it at the minute. I think maybe people are a little bit worried about the minutes side of things, maybe.
Yeah.
Amelia's got a good point though. So we're talking quite a bit about Son. Interesting, so many players are going for Son when the stats from last week show that he did nothing in the first half and needed Villa to go down to 10 men before getting involved in the game. Richarlison could be back too. Your thoughts? Would you reckon? So he could be pushed out to the left again.
Yeah, it is a very good point. I think Spurs did need that red card to then start hitting the numbers, and I think a lot of Son's points come from after then. So yeah, again, I've done a toss up between Son and Salah. I just think Salah is the better option going forward into the next few weeks as well. Obviously, Son, you are booking another transfer out when the European games come back, and Fulham could turn him over.
Yeah, I still do fancy him. He seems like one of these players. He's so clinical that when he does get the few chances, he does take them, doesn't he? I think he's always one of these players as well that I've seen people say that he's one of those that overperform their XG. So like, doesn't always get the most chances, but he always does slot them away.
Yeah.
I would definitely have done it if I was sure that Watkins was ruled out. I still would have gone there, I think. But as it stands, I'm looking at doing KDB and Gross out for Bowen, and I can't decide on the second one, Kudus or Palmer. You might sway me to Palmer potentially.
What you're on about bringing in Kudus or Palmer?
Yeah. I don't know whether to do Bowen and Kudus or Bowen and Palmer at the moment. Ben's in. I thought Ben was going to be later than this. You all right, Ben?
There you go. Can you hear me?
Dave?
Yeah. All good.
How you doing?
Morning, mate.
Yeah,
Morning.
All good here. Plans? How's your team looking?
Just trying to change my team now. Just trying to log into everything. I just got back from football training, haven't I?
We'll come back to it. We'll let you get it ready. Right. Morning, Nathan Wisby, one of our patrons, one of our Discord members. If you are interested in joining Dream Team Tonic Patreon community, there's a link in the description below. Patreon.com/Dream Team Tonic. Right, who we got next? Kyle Thomas. Who do I take out? Salah. Who do I take out? Salah or Son for Solanke? You mean who'd you put in, Salah or Son for Solanke? I'd go Salah. I know I've been saying Son's brilliant, but I've got Salah in already.
Yeah.
What did you do,
Give me that
Salah?
one.
Ben's happy with Salah at the minute.
Well, he proper trolled me, hasn't he? Yeah, he didn't play in the
He
Chelsea game in the final. So then I thought, oh, he won't play in that game against Man City. And then he come on in the last 10 minutes. Didn't play the match. So I thought, I'll be all right. He won't play in Europe because it's the through 5-1 up. And then he comes and trolls me and scores a goal and gets 3 assists. This is my season all over, isn't it? Just when I get back up, they knock me straight back down.
You was questioning it as well, weren't you? Because you just got stung by him, and then I was bringing him in. You'd be like, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
His other move is Gross or KDB out for either Kudus, Palmer, or any other midfielder you think's better. That's the decision. I'm deciding on Kudus or Palmer. What do you boys
if you've
think?
already got Bowen, I go Palmer.
Yeah, just spread it a little bit.
Tough game to call at West Ham Villa, which way that'll go. So, although I've got big love for Kudus, I'd just go for Palmer, already having Bowen.
I think it depends on how many non-European players you've got as well. If you haven't got any, then yeah, Palmer's got the better fixture this week. But longer term, Kudus is probably saves you transfers down the line because is it 30 game week 30? Chelsea got a single, but it is Sheffield United, which ain't too bad, and then they got a single against Everton, while West Ham have 2 doubles at those 2 weeks. So it depends how long you're going to keep him for.
And are you still sold that Bowen's the better pick over Kudus? Because I like the Kudus pick better than Bowen, but after watching what that goal he scored in midweek done for my rank, Bowen scored, and I think it sent me back about 120 odd places. So I'm thinking I'm not going to mess with the ownership and just get the most owned one in.
Well, I have him in my team, and it still sent my ownership back. I must have been a lot of Bowen captainers around my rank.
Yeah, I wonder if the people that were like in the top 1K went Saka because it's safer, and then the people a bit more outside of it went for Bowen, maybe just to be a bit different.
Yeah, I think that's what's happened.
Transfers are confirmed for me. I've done them. Do you want me to tell you, or we'll leave it to later?
Yeah, we'll do a couple. We'll smash through some more questions because we've got half hour warning. We'll smash through some more questions and then we'll come to our teams again. So, Greg, a lot of the similar. Greg O'Connor's stuck in 2 minds between Palmer or Son. Quick fire. Who would you go for?
Oof, that's tough. Palmer.
Ben?
Yeah, it's just team dependent. Like, because I can't get to Son really because I'm going to be looking at parking the bus in 29. So, and I want Salah in my team, so it's team dependent. But probably Palmer's easier to move out if you need to move him out. Yeah,
for me, I'd go Palmer because I've got Watkins up front and Watkins could end up playing. But I guess if we don't know what the rest of his team is, who do you think scores more points in this one game? Son against Fulham, Palmer or Leicester? Well,
I'm captaining Son in Fan Team and Sky today. So yeah, but that's not that game. The Leicester game isn't in those other games, so it's a tricky one, isn't it? I do fancy Palmer to do well against Leicester. So
you're a Leicester fan.
Good moves. Yeah, I'm a
Leicester fan. So how are you feeling about the game?
I think we can beat them, but it depends what Chelsea turn up and what Leicester turns up. If we're on the game and they're not on the ball, we'll beat them. But if they turn up and Palmer's on it, I think they'll win.
How are people feeling about Maddison from Sam?
Yeah, I like that move as well. He was the other midfielder I was looking at, but you can get tied up with too many non-European players, so you've got to be careful.
Yeah.
If you're not bothered about them European ties, then go for it. But I think it's still you're starting on an extra 2 points if you've got an European player in, haven't you, each week?
Yeah. It's going to come around quickly, I think. that double game week, the
Yeah.
game week 30. Because game week 29 is such a good double. I feel like you're going to want to move pieces around to get the best players for 29. Or if you're playing a chip or booster, you're going to want to make a move based on that. So
Yeah.
that's not going to be a week that you're going to want to try and get rid of someone. Joel, with so many players missing, he's seeing this as a week as a good chance to build his team to how he'd like it for 29. May lose ground in the short term, but hopefully be set up better for the long term.
Yeah. It's the same situation as me. I did have Palmer in my team today, but I'm preparing for the part of the bus next week. So I'm bringing an extra defender in this week so I don't get stuck next week with, say, 4 defenders. Say like one of my defenders gets injured, then I can only get to 4 at the back. So I'm doing the 4 at the back this week. It's only a single game week. Shouldn't hurt too badly. Just to get the defender in this week, and then hopefully no injuries next week, and then I can bring an extra midfielder in next week, and just stick my 1 defender in to make it 5.
I had a look back, and because I've been asked that question a few times, and I looked back I played mine all the way back in game week 9, and in game week 8 I went to 4 at the back.
Yeah,
just in case, because if you get a Trent back or Trippier back or someone, and they are definitely fit, you then can improve it a little bit.
That's the thing with the international break as well. We've got a couple of weeks before game week 29.
Bit of an insurance policy there.
I mean, for all of us that haven't got part of the bus, we're just hoping that like the likes of Van Dijk, Trent, Trippier, all the good options stay injured or get injured. And basically you're having to bring in people like Digne and a few Luton defenders, and
quick fire again. Are you keeping Ollie Watkins? He's staying in my team.
Yes.
Unanimous. Yeah, I think it's probably 50-50, but when you can take out someone that you know that's definitely not playing, it's worth keeping him, I think.
That's it.
I guess the answer is probably going to be team dependent again on this one, Son or Maddison, depending whether you want to keep Watkins or not. But I think Son is the better asset, I think.
Yeah, it's on penalties as well.
Yeah. But if you really do fancy Spurs and you've already got the 3 up top, like say I've got Salah, Watkins and Haaland, Maddison is a good option if you fancy Spurs against Fulham. And you can't get to Son because you've already got 3 up top.
He's one of our own, Nathan Wisby, one of our community. Who is everyone captain this week? So I'm on Haaland. Tony's on
Palmer at the minute.
Palmer. Ben?
Yeah, just so that when we're in Coventry, I can cheer for some Palmer goals.
I'm going to hate you tonight on Sunday. You'll be cheering on fucking Chelsea.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
What's I going to say? Yeah, I want to do a differential because it's only a single game week, but I can't see anyone that's going to stand out. So it looks like I'm just going to go Haaland. But can anyone point a differential good captain out to me? I might change my mind.
Well, if you go Palmer, win-win for you, isn't it?
No, I can't get to Palmer because I need Salah in my team now. He's essential. So,
I'd like to. If I knew Salah was going to start United, I would consider.
He's
got to start.
Surely.
I'm so shocked that he had 90 minutes the other night. I honestly expected him to get 30 minutes after coming on for a short while. You build your minutes up. 30 minutes, I thought, end of game. And then when he started, I thought, right, surely, especially with the scoreline as well, I thought he subbed at half time, 45 minutes in his legs. Happy days, ready for United. What, 90 minutes?
I wonder if Klopp plays a tricky one and starts him on the bench and then says, he's injured for the international break. Oh, no, sorry, African teams aren't playing the international break, do they? So it's not too bad.
They're not? I didn't know that.
Because they've just played the AFCON, haven't they?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I thought there was some thing about Egypt saying that if he played, they'd call him up or something like that.
Oh, maybe.
But, yeah.
I did hear something that there wasn't any games, but maybe there was some friendlies or something.
Yeah, I think it might have been a friendly. Right, Cardamondo. He's got Watkins, Estupinian, and Gross. He really likes Son and Palmer, but feels like there's more sensible moves. Palmer and Porro. Any suggestions? Tony?
Son and Palmer, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd go Salah over Son, but if Cordomondo's already got Salah, then Son and Palmer, yeah, all day.
I'd leave Watkins in and do the defender move if he's only got 3 at the back, Porro and Palmer. I would, because you're just taking points out your team, aren't you? And the other 2 are blanking anyway.
The thing is with Watkins as well that their match ain't bad, is it? Really?
Yeah.
In Europe, like if you were just going to keep hold of him now, is it Lille?
Yeah, Lille.
So yeah, and it's not exactly like a proper injury, is it? We've got international break. Say he does miss this one, he'll get stitched up. He'll be healed, won't he, by the time the next lot of games comes?
Yeah.
Unless he goes away with England as well.
Egypt are playing a friendly against New Zealand, but I don't know where it is.
Yeah,
it might be in New Zealand. It's away from home. It says on there.
Palmer over Maddison all day long. Pens, better chance of conversion, and 2 nice home fixtures. Yeah,
agree.
I agree. I'm sold on that. Baz Bestos. Hi guys, hope you have a rubbish week. He's only joking, Jack. He loves us. Baz loves us. Maddison is his most informed player though, with a 7.4 average. He's got higher average, but he's played a lot less games, I think.
Yeah.
And if he was playing in Europe, he's only played 19 matches when you think quite a lot of them have played like 30, don't they now? I think Nunes has played 41 games. So you'd imagine the more games you played,
your average
would go down, yeah.
His bonus is 33 to Palmer's 20. 31 to Palmer's 20 as well. And he's played obviously a lot less games.
I'm going to go.
Palmer's more nailed to score goals, isn't he? That's 6 points every time you score a goal. So that's why he's
okay for bonus as well, isn't he? He's not bad for bonus.
He's decent.
I think he's got 20 odd bonus points.
20, yeah.
Baz, he's on Maddison.
Nice differential.
He's had a good eye lately. He's been picking some good players out.
Baz, are you going are you going to bring a defender in this week, Baz? Because you've got your part of the bus left. Let us know in the chat.
You have to look at the bottom. Graham, you're right, Graham. But Maddison or Kudus? I'd go Kudus.
Kudus.
The thing that was really making me want Kudus alongside Bowen, I wanted Bowen. I prefer Kudus. I want Bowen for the ownership because it hurts every time he scores. But I was looking at Kudus and these bonus points. It was kind of like 5, 3, 1. Every other game, he was getting like 3 bonus or like almost 5. And if you get 3 bonus, I was looking at it and thinking, if you get 3 bonus, that's an assist, isn't it? 2 points, maybe a big chance. It's the same as an assist. Then if you get 5 bonus, it's the same as a goal. And it was almost like every other game he was hitting 1, 3, or 5. And if that was goal, assist, goal, assist, goal, assist, you'd definitely put him in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if I were you, Scott, I'd go Kudus over Bowen.
Kudus over Bowen.
Yeah. And it's differential, and you want to get up that table. You don't want to go with the pack.
Yeah,
I've been lingering. He averages more
300.
points, Kudus, doesn't he? If Bowen doesn't score, then he might only get 2 points or 3 points.
Oh. Yeah, it's tough.
Go for it.
It just goes both ways, doesn't it? Goes both ways.
We are halfway through March now. Another big reason why my captaincy is on Palmer. And the 12th man last week, rather than go for someone more obvious, Kudus come in and he paid off. I think you've got to take the risk now.
I was just thinking, though, where I've got Saka, Gabriel, Edison, and then Watkins on a 50-50, I'm already at a bit of a disadvantage with all the blanks. Am I putting myself at an even bigger disadvantage by going against high ownership Bowen?
No, I think that's because if you are lacking a few people, then maybe you need something a bit different.
Yeah.
To help you this week. If you go with the pack and you've not got as many players as them, then even if the pack pays off, you're still going to drop.
Yeah. I think Kudus, mate. Kudus is more more chance of returning at least to 5 points or something like that. Bowen's a very scattergun, isn't he, Bowen?
Well, that's what I liked about Gross as well. Gross was consistent for bonus, and I feel like Kudus is nearer to Gross than he would have been Well, I think you might have convinced me. Might
Go
have
on.
to get
Got
these
nothing to lose, have you really, mate? Got nothing
might
to
get
lose.
these transfers changed in a minute. Anybody keeping Watkins? I think all three of us, isn't it?
All of us. Yep.
Yeah. Right, let's quickly pick and choose these that we haven't covered already because it's 15-minute warning, isn't it? 15-minute warning time.
Yeah, about 18 minutes. Just a bit. Well, now we're looking while we're waiting to come on. I think over the last 28 days, 38% of our views have come from people that aren't subscribed. So if you're listening, you've not hit subscribe, please do. It helps out the program, helps out the show, especially for these live pods on these deadline days. So yeah, please subscribe. It also then gives you access to the chat live.
And then that link, if you want to join our Dream Team community with all the Discord chat server and all the other great features, link below. Right. Graham thinks Watkins plays. Any news on Watkins? I'd still think it's 50-50.
It's got to play. They need to win, don't they?
Yeah.
Miss Noopy's keeping Watkins. What's your thoughts on Ivan Toney? That's a different one.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Burnley, innit? Burnley, and then you've got two home matches, which are tough. Man United and Brighton, but he could score in all of them games. Could be a nice little punt if you want a differential, but I think there's better options this week with Son as a differential. So that's why I wouldn't go there. But Tony could be a massive differential.
Yeah. I brought him into my fan team and captained him. I don't like the bloke, but yeah.
Yeah, he's my vice captain this week.
I think I just keep targeting Burnley, to be honest.
We won't set you off on a Tony rant.
Definitely not after his England call, which is absolutely atrocious.
Jen, morning, Jen. She's saying gamble on Watkins and DBG. Is that KDB?
Don't know.
It's not Ken again, is it?
We had Ken last week.
Let us know in the chat, Jen, what DBG is.
I think it's Kevin De Bruyne. Maybe. I'm trying to think what other abbreviations there are.
Gibbs White? No. Don't have
a
clue.
I'd keep Watkins, and if it's KDB, I'd maybe move KDB out. I don't think he's going to play. Morning, Simon. Anyone else captain in Palmer? Well, Tony is.
I like it. If I had him, I probably would do that, you know. Maybe I should skip Salah. I don't want to be supporting Chelsea tomorrow.
Oh, Stu's here. No question, just supporting the channel. Wanted to say it's a shame Ken's injured this week. Keep up the hard work.
DBG and Ken.
Morning, Tej. ABNC 799. KDB and Saka out. Madison and Son in. We'll get Salah and Diaz next week. Yeah.
Would you not want Saka back in?
Salah's a must next week, isn't he?
You might want Saka next week.
Yeah,
and I think KDB next week.
Yeah.
City and Luton for Arsenal that week.
Yeah.
He's going to keep Watkins.
If you had Saka and KDB, which one would you take out?
KDB.
Yeah.
I think Saka's better.
Yeah, Saka's got Luton the week after. That's what I think.
And you just know that Saka's going to play every minute of every game. Where he might take KDB out depending on the opponent.
I'll take him off. He has a big whinge. Now he's not playing this game.
Yeah, he threw his toys out the pram, didn't he?
Yeah, might just be his attitude that stinks. That's why Pep's ruled him out of this game.
Or he's jealous of his nice long hair now. Nicky Davies taking a punt on Palmer for Saka and making him captain.
Go on, Nicky.
Also taking out Gabriel for Nori. Watkins stays as possible. He'll play. Injury just a cut. Yeah, I've not actually looked if there's any sort of leaks on Wolves. I've not got any Wolves pages or anything followed. I can't imagine.
They've got to play strong, haven't they?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Ryan Nori will play. Good attacking option. I think just off top of my head, I think he's quite good for bonuses, assists, and stuff.
Just a quick reminder to lock in those teams. I've just locked it in. Kudus and Palmer.
25 bonus fight, Nuri.
Yeah,
Decent.
he's good on that matrix.
Steve Ricks saying he was sitting behind the goal at the Villa game and the way Watkins went down was very worrying, even though just a cut. Yeah, I did wonder that. Like, I know he got the cut and we've seen the cut, but I wonder maybe there was some other damage done, potentially.
Yeah.
Did he get injured and then score after the injury?
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
I
if he
didn't
can
watch the game, but yeah, that's what I heard.
And then went off. Morning, Jeff. Sunil Singh, Son or Salah, if you can only get one.
Son or Salah? Yeah, Salah's better long-term pick.
Yeah, get Salah in. Can't decide whether to swap out both the blanks, Saka and KDB for Maddison and Palmer, or swap out one and bring in Salah. Any thoughts?
It's hard when you fancy a couple of like these outsiders like Maddison and Palmer, but I think the sensible option and planning a little bit more long term, if you can in this game, I would bring in Salah. That's exactly what I've done. Because I did fancy Spurs asset and Palmer, but in the end, I'm playing a bit more sensibly, going for Salah and Palmer. So, yeah, that's what I do.
That's what I was going to do, Salah and Palmer, but obviously I need to prepare for the part of the bus, so I brought a defender in. Bring Salah in, and I like Palmer just because this championship game. I mean, they're playing a championship team, so they've got more chance of scoring, I would imagine.
Who up next? We've had Maddison or Kudus. Is Maddison injured? He missed the training session. I was listening to a FPL pod yesterday, and he wasn't in the training photos, but apparently he does miss a few sessions here or there, Maddison, because he gets quite a lot of little minor injuries, doesn't he? So maybe they're taking like the Ledley King approach with him.
Yeah, don't worry, mate. Have a day off.
Wrap him up.
10 minutes left.
10-minute warning.
If you want to get your questions in, send us a super chat. We'll answer it straight away.
Yeah, I'm just looking here. There's so many questions here. Porro or Udogie? Porro.
Oh, that's a tough one. I go Porro though.
Yeah. Is Vardy fit to play against Newcastle? I don't know. I took Ake out because I was worried about that one.
Mr. H, don't play those games.
Shout out Cole Foster in the chat. Who's your captains? I'm on Haaland. Tony's on Palmer. And Ben's on Haaland as well. Ben, one for you. Best defender to bring in this week for part of us next week. I know it's hard because you don't know the rest of the team, but
if you haven't got pretty much all the Liverpool defenders like I have, Porro I'm going for. So Porro, he's the highest average point scoring defender in the game at the moment, and he's got a nice run of free games.
There you go. VVD, Porro or Ait-Nouri this week?
Oof. Van Dijk going forward.
Yeah, I think Van Dijk for this next three out of them three. I already have him.
There you go. Which is better, 11 available starters without Salah or one blank with Salah?
Depends how many points does he score. I'd like to have 11 starters. Yeah, I'd go with 11 starters.
Depends who you...
Unless it was your keeper.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it's your goalkeeper, then yeah, go Mo Salah.
If it's a keeper or a defender, I'd have Mo Salah. I'd have a blank keeper or a blank defender with Mo Salah. If 11 starters and you've got 5 midfielders, 2 strikers, or 4 midfielders, 3 strikers, I'd go with the 11, with the blank.
I just had a quick search for Ollie Watkins to see if there was any news on him, but all it is that video of Emery saying that he had a hard on.
Yeah.
So. JC, Edison, Gabriel, Saliba, VVD, Kudus, Bowen, Palmer, Foden, Watkins, Salah, Haaland. What do you think?
That's nice.
Yeah, I don't know if that's before your transfers or after them, but I think that looks all right. That looks good for this week.
There's 3
Yeah,
blanks there
definitely.
right now.
Yeah, but it's
Gabriel
less than me.
Saliba, Edison. Yeah.
Less blanks than mine. Who we got up next? Wisby, Sarabia, a good 2-week punt. Come on, Nathan, mate. You was telling me that no more of these 1-week punts.
He overthinks his transfers, I swear down. Like he messages me all the time going, "Oh, this is my team, this is it," and then he'll message me 10 minutes later, "I've got to change my mind, I'm going to do this." And he messages it again, "I've changed my mind, I'm going to do this." Usually, Nathan, your best idea at the beginning is usually the best team to go with.
Ryan Evans, KDB definitely not fit. Pep Guardiola basically said that he's not available. He said he already played at Anfield with some problems, but he's getting better, just not ready for tomorrow. So unless he's lying to our faces, then yeah. Klopp yesterday said he was going to sub Salah off, but Clark got injured, so he had to take him off and then had no more subs. He went on to say Salah was fully fit, so it sounds like he'll start versus United. Cheers, Amelia. Let's sorted that out for us.
That saved me having to listen to Klopp's press conferences.
Kudus, Son for Odegaard and Watkins. What do you think? Yeah, I wish I had Son, but Watkins could be okay.
Yeah.
I like Kudus. Kudus is in mine.
I like Son's fixtures over the next 3 compared to Watkins. If you haven't got any other fires to put out, then yeah, it's Watkins out. But I think Watkins plays, so keep him if you can. But like I said, if there's no other fires, then do it.
Gonna give Waz Allen another privilege because I missed his super chat that time. Gusto or Porro this week, building his bus ahead of game week 29. That's a hard one, Gusto or Porro. Ben?
I don't think it is.
No, I think Gusto if you're building part of the bus.
Ooh,
I don't like Chelsea's compared to Tottenham. They've got Luton and West Ham. Then Chelsea have got Burnley, okay, but they've got Man United in the second game, so it's not an easy double as to Tottenham's, I would imagine.
I thought United were a green game now.
Yeah, man, you
no. United are doing all right now.
I would
sound like our listener.
Hey,
they're back, baby.
No, they're not back. Just saying, like,
Rashford's back. He scored one.
I'd go Porro just because I think he's more likely to score. But Gusto's had about 7 assists. I think he is decent going forward and gets bonus. I'd lean Porro. KDB for Kudus, yeah, like it. Porro or VVD? I think I'd go VVD for long term. What do you reckon?
Yeah, VVD over them two.
Jonathan Bennett, keep Watkins, Saka out for Palmer, KDB out for Salah, and then only Gabriel and Edison blank. I think that looks good. Keep that.
Nailed it, mate. 5-minute warning.
Jen's confirmed. Jen's confirmed it was De Bruyne. I don't mind getting De Bruyne out this week.
Yeah.
Salah, worth a look at captain. Would you?
Yeah,
I mean, we're not doing it, but I do like it. It's a differential.
Yeah, I do like it. That's the only one I'm thinking of, but
yeah, if I weren't doing Palmer, it'd be Salah. I'd do Salah over Haaland.
5-minute warning, people. Get them teams locked in. Get your captain set. None of this dream team didn't set my team.
Yeah.
Game week 28. Yep, I'm locked. Kudus and Palmer in for me. Haaland captain. And then I'll blame you two if it goes wrong.
Go on.
No, I liked Kudus. I did like Kudus. It's only the ownership that's worrying me about Bowen. I do think Kudus is a better pick. Why take KDB out and keep Saka? Same situation. Yeah, just we know Saka's fit. And at the minute, Pep's saying that KDB isn't. We've got to take his word for it. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's a...
I think Arsenal's got a better fixture run as well. And KDB's not as nailed as Saka, like you said. And he's on penalties. So Saka longer term.
Yeah.
Do you want to confirm for Tej who are we choosing? Captain Haaland or Palmer? I'm Haaland. Tony, have you set
I
up.
think you're going to go, Palmer, set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had Palmer and Haaland, I'd go Palmer, but I'm going Haaland because I haven't got Palmer. And obviously Newcastle's defence is atrocious away from home, so I'm hoping for a hatful.
I think Alvarez is going to troll everyone this week.
Oh, don't
Alvarez.
say that.
Oh,
Yeah, I think obviously with De Bruyne being confirmed out, I think Alvarez definitely starts.
Oh yeah.
And I just think it's going to be one of them weeks where all the goals maybe get shared around. Maybe Alvarez gets a few, Haaland blanks.
3
That's what I
minutes
hope.
to go. Kudus or Palmer?
Oh, I love Kudus,
I've got 'em
but
both.
I've got to say the one I've gone for, Palmer. But I definitely wouldn't talk anybody out of Kudus.
Yeah, Kudus longer term, but Palmer's good for a captain this week, so it's a tricky one.
Yeah.
Go with your heart.
I think Foxy 234 has got a point. Why is no one talking about Foden as captain with KDB out? It could bag a load of points. I think he could. I think he easily could.
Yep, I like it.
Palmer or Maddison? I think we're all leaning Palmer.
Yeah.
2
2-minute warning.
2 minute warning. Son or Salah for KDB?
Salah.
Yeah, Salah.
Ooh. Captain Son or Haaland? Haaland for me.
Son.
Frank FF stuff. Everyone give him a shout out in the chat for his wicked website. Check out all the Dream Team player data and stuff there. Guinness or lager? The important one. Guinness.
On the Guinness tomorrow, but lager when you're thirsty.
Water when you're thirsty, mate.
I'll be having a Guinness tomorrow to celebrate Paddy's Day. Yeah, lager.
Have the Marinity here.
I'm captain in Guinness this weekend. Yeah, Guinness. 1 minute, guys. Lock it in. Get them captains in. Make them last minute changes, and then job done. We'll go on FF stuff and have a look and see what the captaincies and transfers in will be in a minute.
Yeah, if anybody who's listening, if you've not been across to Frank's website, ffstuff.co.uk, get across there if you're not doing fantasy football, right? If you're not using that site.
Yeah, really, really handy. And free as well. Right. Have we ticked over? Kudus and Palmer in for me. I keep having to check it. Yeah, there you go. Stephen Wow. Big up, Frank. There's big Frank up in the chat. Going to be meeting him for the first time as well the weekend. We'll share.
Yeah, we'll be clinking our glasses and celebrating a Palmer hat trick, Frank.
Right. Well, we'll give the FF stuff site a bit of time to update. Do you want to go through our teams then quickly?
Yeah, just quickly. If anyone's in the tomorrow in Coventry or the East, see us. We're going to be in the pub, aren't we? Having a few Guinnesses and watching the football.
Yeah,
we're having a drink up in Coventry at the Spongate. 12 o'clock.
Then across to the tavern.
Yeah, send us a message if you want to meet up.
Jen, you're getting closer. KDG. KDB. Go on, put it in. KDB. Cheers, Adam. Cheers for tuning in. Cheers, everyone that's been tuning in. We're gonna hang about a little bit longer, quickly go over our teams, and we'll have a look at who the most transferred in players were for the game week, most picked captains. Do leave a like if you haven't already as well. And if it doesn't take you off the stream at the same time, make sure you subscribe to Dream Team Tonic on YouTube, on all the social media platforms as well. Yes, Jen, we've got it. KDB.
Get in.
Hungover. Yeah. Cheers, Jen, for tuning in. Cheers, Was Alan. Cheers, Miss Noopy. And Connor as well. Connor, what did you choose? He's my tag team partner in our Dream Team Tag Team League.
Captain Salah. Palmer and Salah.
Ooh. Salah captain. I like it.
He went captain Kudus last week, didn't he?
Did you see? Oh, yeah, he's got a good eye for it, actually. Kudu smashed it. Frank done all right as well. FF stuff, Captain Sulla last week. And I agree here with Sam Horton. We've got 210 watching. Give the video a like. I've not seen how many. It's not showing me how many people like it at the minute. I don't know if it's showing for you guys.
No.
Not showing for me, but we could always do with one more. Could always do with one more.
What's your team changes then, guys?
Go on, you start, Tony.
Right, team changes. I went Gross out and Palmer in, and I've done that wrong.
He's forgot to do it.
I've done Saka out and Salah in instead of De Bruyne.
Oh, you forgot. It'll be all right.
I don't know why I've done that, but yeah, anyway, whatever.
Nah, you having us on?
I'm not. I've just looked at it and I thought, why is De Bruyne still sat in the team? Where's Saka gone?
God.
We preach about checking and double checking, and then there we are.
You won't be coming on again.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Saka's coming back in next week anyway. Right.
Is the armband? You got the armband right?
Oh, the armband's on Van Dijk.
Ah, no, not having it.
No, it isn't. Right. Anyway, my team: Edison won't be playing. Bradley and Van Dijk, Gabriel blank. I've got Palmer, De Bruyne, Foden, Bowen, Captain Palmer, by the way, and then Salah, Watkins, and Haaland. Come on, Palmer. Come on, Team Palmer. Everyone who's captain Palmer, I hope you brought me some luck.
Do you want to go?
How many percent captain do you reckon Palmer is?
We'll have a look in a sec.
Just like guessing. Now,
like
15, 1-5.
I think it's higher than that.
Do you reckon? I reckon it's about 10.
30%, I reckon. Right, yeah. So yeah, I wanted to bring Palmer in and Salah in. I did like the Tottenham boys as well, but just didn't work for my team. I've got to prepare for part of the bus because every time I leave it to do it last minute, the two defender transfers, I always get a niggle in defence and then I can't get 5 at the back. So I've had to do it this week, and luckily it's a single game week, so it shouldn't hurt too much, hopefully. So I brought in Porro for Gross, and I've taken De Bruyne out because he's injured, and I think Saka's got the better fixtures next week. So just because he's got that Luton game, I've left Saka in for that. And I brought in Salah, Captain Haaland, because I didn't really fancy anything else as much as Haaland. So I did. If I had Palmer, I would have captained him, but just couldn't get there.
Looking good.
What about you, Scott?
Yeah, it's not looking great. I've got Edison in goal, obviously injured. He would have missed it anyway. I've got Van Dijk, Robertson, and then Gabriel blanking. So that's 2 blanks. I've got Saka, who will obviously blank, making it 3 blanks. But then I've got Foden, Kudus, and Palmer. So Kudus and Palmer came in for Gross and KDB. And then front 3, Watkins, Haaland, Salah. Hope Watkins does start because it's a lot of blanks.
Yeah, I think I didn't tell you my team. I think I've got 10 playing, hopefully.
Yeah.
So I've got Dubravka in goal, 3 Liverpool defenders, Van Dijk, Bradley, and Robertson. And I've just put Pedro Porro in. I've got Saka as my blank, Foden, and Bowen. And then I've got Watkins, Salah, and Haaland captain.
Nice. Feeling optimistic?
No. I'm having a stinker, me. Every time I do well, I started this month brilliantly. I was top of the cash leaderboard for the monthly prize, and then I had a stinker last week, so dropped down a bit.
I imagine it's going to be a red for me with those blanks, I think. And I'm not even convinced Robertson starts, are you?
Surely he's got to start.
mean, he didn't. He played Sparta, though, didn't he? 90 minutes.
Captaincy's up.
Is it ready? Yeah, let's have a look then.
Yeah.
We've got the Wolves team: Sarr, Semedo, Bueno, Kilman, Totti, Aitnori, Gomez, Lamina, Doyle, Sarabia, and Fraser. But none of them have gone in. Do you want to do the captaincy? Because I've not got it. I've not got it yet.
Yeah. How much percent do you think Haaland's got? Guess.
65.
Go on, Tony.
I can see it.
Could have fibbed there, couldn't you? Gone, oh, yeah. So 78%.
Oh,
78.2%. Palmer only 7% captaincy. I thought it'd be a lot higher than that.
I
Might have
guess
got away with one there.
I guess most people would have had to have transferred him in and then captained him because I don't think he was that highly owned. What else we got? Who else we got there?
Salah 6.2.
what about Saka getting captained 1.3%?
What the hell? Someone's forgot the deadline.
Who's
not someone? Is that 13 teams?
Yeah.
No, 13 teams.
1.3% of
Who's the
Saka
second?
captain.
Who's the second most highly owned? Highly capped.
Palmer 7%.
Oh, really?
And then Salah 6.2. Son 3.8. Saka 1.3. Foden 0.9. Bowen 0.5. Maddison 0.5. Watkins 0.4. That could be a dodgy one. Nunez 0.2. Solanke, he blanks. He's 0.2. Someone's forgot to take him out. Aitnori 0.2. Kudus 0.2. Morris 0.2. Jackson 0.1. And it says others 0.1. So, yeah. Jackson's on 9 yellow cards, so he should play this week, but might be blanking next week. Not blanking, miss the game next week. I say that, no, it's FA Cup in it, so he won't get a ban, will he, in the league? Because he's on nine league yellow cards. So it'll be next week. He could blank the second game if you got him in your team.
Just looking now. I've got it. If you want to have a look at this yourselves, it's on ffstuff.co.uk. There's a little Sun Dream Team tab, and there's a drop down there. Most transferred in. Cole Palmer.
Yeah, I think it's 77% owned in the top 100. That's shot up.
Who, Palmer?
Yeah.
Just looking now.
Everyone targeting the championship. The championship defence, Leicester.
I don't think the ownership's showing for me here.
Should we quickly run through the most transferred in?
Yeah, go for most transferred in.
Yeah, Palmer 61.9% in the top 1K. Salah 47.3. Porro 15.2. My man Pedro Pony. Peppa Pig, if you don't know who that is, he's from Peppa Pig. Heung-Min Son 15.1. Maddison 14.5%. Kudus 6.6%. And then a few lower ones. What about most transferred out? Saka 50% transferred out. De Bruyne 41.7. Gross 21.7. Ollie Watkins 21.5. That could hurt someone.
Do you reckon that's a lot of Watkins to Sons, do you think?
Maybe, yeah. Solanke or Salah. Solanke 15.9. Gabriel 14%. Saliba 8.7. Ederson 6.6. Odegaard 3.1. So all the blankers are apart from Watkins. And obviously De Bruyne is injured as well. So all sensible moves.
How are you feeling about that, Tony? The Haaland captaincy.
Oh, it's a sofa job, isn't it? I have to suck my cans from behind the sofa watching that. Yeah.
Are you going to support Man City today then if you ain't got him captain?
I'm just going to support Phil Foden. Phil Foden and Alvarez.
Surprised he hasn't got a higher captaincy.
Who, Foden?
Yeah.
I just wouldn't go him over Haaland. I know he's decent, but
Over one game, though, he could do it. Didn't he do it the
Yeah.
other week? He scored a couple of goals against United. Yeah, only for 0.9% captaincy for Foden.
I hope Connor's joking.
Oh, my God. Nathan, he's Captain Sarabia.
I'm
Double check.
looking. I'm looking it up. I'm not. I don't believe it.
Go on. He
That's
has
some
Captain
differential.
Sarabia.
That
He's
must be
captain.
that must be the others 0.1%.
Nathan. You're going to be a genius.
Yeah.
Or in that case.
All makes for good chat in the Discord.
Yeah.
Anything else that we should cover?
Just the ownership in the top 1K.
Yeah, I think Frank said the ownership doesn't update across game weeks. It's
Right, okay, yeah.
4-hour cycle, so the ownership's not updated yet.
Yeah, because Watkins is still in 94% on that.
Yeah, but you've got the most transferred in, the most transferred out, and captaincy. If you want to have a look on FF stuff, we'll be. What's our podcast plans again for this weekend? We're obviously going out drinking Sunday, so having our first meet up. So we're not podding Sunday. Did we say we're going to do a hangover pod? Maybe. Can't remember what we said.
Yeah, we might do one on the Monday, depending.
If we make it.
There's no football next weekend, is there? So
it's not urgent, but
it's not urgent. We might do a hangover pod for the Patreons for a laugh.
Yeah.
Talk about the night out.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Or not talk about it.
Well, there is that.
Miss Noopy saying do a stream from the pub. I think we'll get banned. off YouTube, I think.
We should do that 5 minutes downing pints of Guinness.
No one wants to see me be sick on the stream. Actually, I bet they
Or
do.
at the ice hockey.
Should we wrap it up there?
Yeah. Thanks everyone for listening.
Oh, hang on. Frank's just saying Bowen 86.7% owned top 1K. Scott's going to be hiding.
He's not captain though.
Yeah. I ain't scared much. Right. See you on the next one. Have a good game week.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
See you
Cheers,
later,
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.